The whole focus was to reclaim that narrative of clean beauty. When clean beauty started out, it was very white heavy, just like the wellness space generally is. And while there was an effort to, I guess, elevate Black women-owned businesses, especially on social media, the clean beauty narrative has been taken back over, and we want to take that back. And use our voices for change. So I hope by sharing our stories, we sound the alarm and elevate the power that we actually have to demand safer products that are void of harmful chemicals. And I hope that by shedding light on these stories, that you feel empowered to reclaim your power, reclaim your beauty narrative, and share the stories. Let's see. All right. So we asked participants 4 questions with intention. The first is, because far too many women learn through a personal health scare that many personal care products have negative impacts on our long-term health, we asked this.
I was inspired to make more informed choices about the beauty products that I use after I found out that a hair gel I started using a few years ago caused me to develop eczema.
When I started looking and just doing research on what clean skincare was and why it was so impactful, particularly for African American women, I was astounded.
Being diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer at only 30 years old inspired me to want to make more informed choices about the beauty products I use. I didn't realize that there were so many toxins and chemicals in the lotions, deodorants, the shampoos, makeup, all the things I use every single day. And in my fight to live a healthier lifestyle, I knew I had to make some changes.
I was reading an article that the products marketed to women are more toxic than the products are marketed to everyone else. So I got a bit of a nerd, and I started searching every single ingredient, trying to understand what were the negative outcomes it was associated with. I had a long list of ingredients I was not going to put on my body.
So it just made me think that I need to be more informed about what I put on my body, what I put on my skin, because, the skin is the largest organ in our bodies. And, I don't play about my skin. I don't know about you, but I don't play about my skin. I don't think you should either.
And because our personal experiences shape our understanding of beauty, we asked.
I experienced really bad skin sensitivities when I was pregnant with my daughter. After giving birth, I used a product on my skin that actually gave me second-degree burns all over my face. From that point, I set out to research all about the ingredients that I put on my face and my skin, on our personal care and beauty care products.
And I went to the doctors and they told me that I had fibroids. I started to do research and I not only found out how our food can impact the growth of fibroids, but that also includes the ingredients that's found in our beauty products, our personal care products, and our household items.
I learned that I actually had polycystic ovarian cyst syndrome, which is also known as PCOS. And PCOS, just like any hormonal issue, oftentimes affects a lot of women of color, particularly Black women. So in light of that, I went back to the drawing board and thought about ways I can create innovative products that are clean and safe and would really allow women of color or women of the diaspora to indulge in a safe manner, and also in a way that will empower them and make them feel good and safe in their own bodies.
There was a time in my life where I was becoming really sensitive to mainstream products, through fragrance and through the harmful ingredients that are used in mainstream beauty products. So what I did was I started researching and resorting back to what my ancestors used. These are simple products like Moroccan rose water, Moroccan black soap, and things like that. And I started noticing my skin feeling better, being more radiant. I started feeling my mental health improving, and I made that connection between the products that we use and our mental well-being, our emotional well-being, and our spiritual well-being.
Because being in this space, I've learned that defining clean beauty is truly a personal thing, and it gives you your own power. we asked what clean beauty for Black girls means.
Clean beauty for Black girls means to me is beauty that is not filled with harmful chemicals, beauty that helps us to thrive and to be the greatest versions of ourselves. It is what makes us have our fullness. It's what makes us be as free in this world.
Clean beauty for Black girls mean one word to me, and that word is safety.
For me, clean beauty for Black girls means equipping the next generation with the tools they need to live a healthy life by creating an environment where they're able to educate themselves on the toxic ingredients that are in their products and pass that information on to their families and the next generations to come.
Clean beauty for Black girls to me means protecting our futures.
Clean beauty for me, it just means being free, being empowered, feeling, strong and resilient.
Clean beauty for Black girls to me means using, putting, or eating products that contain healthy ingredients that are not only healthy for, our scalp, skin, and body, but also for the environment.
Clean beauty for Black girls to me is a safe space where products are promoted to and made for Black girls.
And our last question was a reminder that we lay the foundation for the future because we are truly someone's ancestor.
The message that I hope Black girls can receive and internalize is that they are beautiful in their skin and there is nothing wrong with their skin. I also hope that Black girls understand and internalize the fact that when it comes to clean beauty, you can literally go back to your roots and discover that. So in my experience, going back to Guinea really allowed me to feel at one with my ancestors and feel beautiful because the woman who I was surrounded by looked just like me.
Ignore everyone that's saying anything opposite of what God has already told you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are so gorgeous. You're so beautiful. And you have to remind yourself that every day before you go to school. Keep telling yourself that. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that. Write it in your journal. Put sticky notes all over the mirror. Do what you have to do to remind yourself of that beauty.
And my message for Black women and girls that are seeing this video is that your worth, your value is not wrapped up in your body. It is not wrapped up in your beauty. Your worth and your value is by you simply being the beautiful, awesome, and amazing you. Being authentic, being unapologetic about who you are. That is where your true beauty lies. That is where your value and your worth is. Being yourself and not busting your buns to conform to what someone else says that you have to be.
Empowerment in beauty to me means having the resources to choose products that are safe and effective. It's also really important for us to both know and remember the strength of our buying power as Black women. Every dollar we spend can truly advocate for a healthier beauty standard. By consciously choosing where and how we spend, we can go beyond from simply supporting Black-owned businesses and demand and drive the industry towards accountability and inclusivity. So I would personally love for you and whoever you know to join the Voices of Clean Beauty movement. I would love to hear your story. I would love to elevate it and share it. So I invite all of you to stay connected with us. Instagram is where we are most active. And truly, 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 our power is community. So I'm very happy that you're all here and thank you for paying attention.
Thank you, Hannah. That was a very informative presentation. I really love all the testimonials and also the encouragement, really, from the ladies. I love that quote or statement that you made, knowledge is our power. We just have to claim it. That's beautiful. Hannah, so there's been some really great responses and comments in the chat. I think someone mentioned, I think we need to bring the awareness more to young Black girls from age 10 to infinity. I think that's amazing because we've been learning, especially with this clean beauty movement, that it really does start with the young, right? So then that way we can continue on with the generations. Even clean beauty, the power of Black women, safety for all, very interesting. And so it seems like a lot of people are resonating with your presentation today. With that being said, I noticed that you did give some advice on joining your campaign. Is there any other advice or recommendations that you would offer to individuals who want to actively support the movement for cleaner safety beauty?
Sharing, honestly, social media sharing is how we have grown. It is how we have gotten in rooms to make differences. It is how we have gotten attention from other brands. It's just social media is a powerful thing right now for things like that. So I really would love anybody to follow us and share and like and save all the things.
I agree with that. Social media is definitely, it's our new entertainment today. So this is the way that we get information around. How about any cultural or historical factors that influence the preferences and purchasing decisions of Black consumers when it comes to beauty products? And how does this affect the demand for safer alternatives?
This is a big topic when I talk to high school age girls, because their line of thinking, and I completely agree with this, is I just want to go to the store and get whatever's cheapest, mind my business, and look the way I want to look. I agree. We're just not there yet. And that's why, like, this power of, so I always tell them, we start the conversation with why are you choosing the products that you're using? And an example is, I had one girl, she was talking about how, with straighter hair, she feels prettier. So she buys the products that straighten her hair. And I challenged her a little bit and I said, but who told you were pretty with straight hair? And she's like, myself. And I was like, are you sure? And so we just opened up that entire topic, and it grows and grows and grows. And I think that's where some of the power is in this clean beauty movement, is really rethinking what beautiful is to us and why we're using what we're using. And because the truth of the matter is, European standards dictate a lot of what we buy.
That is so true. I like that, redefining what we know, or I guess have been taught what beauty is, right? Because it's likely stemming from society and entertainment. Yeah, I really love that. How do you think, just in general, collaborative efforts, so amongst healthcare professionals, community leaders, advocates, just anyone that's interested, how can they all collaborate to address environmental exposure disparities and promote the selection of safer beauty products? So I know we talked about kind of having that conversation and starting to redefine. Is there anything in addition that you think we can do to, I guess, push forward that narrative a little bit faster?
Is anything fast?
I know.
Besides time. Most people in this space, I really love how there is no hierarchy. There are no closed doors. There's very rarely gatekeeping. Like, my organization gets to continue to exist as solely an education platform because of all of the work, the scientists, the data analysts, the policy, like everybody that's doing the bigger, more funded work shares their information, so I can kind of chop it up and give it to the community. So if you're in the space or want to get in the space, reach out to Bench to Community, I'm sure, or myself, and we can definitely connect you, because the more of us in here, the bigger our ripples are.
Yeah, I think that's really true. I mean, especially with our awareness, right? So if we don't have any other questions, I mean, I think that we've touched on a lot, especially more so in ways that we can all get involved in more ways than one, right? By advocating, and also, again, having those conversations with our younger generations and the younger ladies in our lives as well. So I guess with that, then I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining today's Salon conversation. We hope that you did enjoy the session and that the information shared today can further help you in your health journey. Please don't forget to share the information with others. So as Hannah mentioned, social media, go on there, follow, share, like. We really do want to get the word out about the good work that's being done.